this is going into everywhere, apparently. This is going into a cookie mix. July video. Speaking of cooking, I'm in my kitchen because I am doing a fun video today. It's gonna be hard for me to do this video. I have some stuff out because if you've ever seen the Vicar of Dibley, you will know that there was a character, Mrs. Cropley, who made ridiculous, weird, wacky combinations of food, and they were not great. And so in honor of that, I am doing food according to Mrs. Cropley on the Vicar of Dibley, and I'm gonna make a few of her weird, wacky, random ass combinations. And I'm gonna eat them and see what they taste like. Oh, help me. So I have 4 different recipes that I'm going to be going and making today. I will be doing ham and lemon curd sandwiches. So that sounds fun. I've never actually, I hadn't realized, I had no idea what lemon curd was or what it does, what you use it in. Apparently you use it for things like lemon meringue pies and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting. I also have turnip biscuits. I got a packet mix because I wasn't gonna spend a whole lot of time actually making this stuff from scratch. Because it's not going to be edible, so I think I'm going to half anything I make and try and make half of it half of it actually to be able to eat. So turnip biscuits, and I actually ended up with a chocolate chip biscuit. I don't think that's what Mrs. Cropley went with, but that's okay. And then we have on the other side parsnip brownies. That actually sounds like it could be okay. I have my favorite brownie mix, which is a triple chocolate fudge brownie. It's my favorite, and it's really nice. So I feel like, you know, I'm cheating a little bit. But so that's the brownies. And last but not least, which is what I have here. So I have cake. And there was no specific recipe mentioned. We just watched her put together this cake. But essentially I have banana cake with icing and strawberries, and then on top of that, tomato sauce and sesame seeds. Oh. Mrs. Cropley was an interesting lady. I'll give her that. She's an interesting lady. Just looking at this makes me just want to cry. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it and we'll see how it turns out, and then I'm gonna eat them. That's gonna be fun. All right, I'm gonna get cooking, so let's go. All right, so essentially, I'm gonna peel this turnip. Never used root vegetables, never cooked with like turnip or parsnip before. So I actually have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm totally guessing. But what I've decided is to peel it, and then I'm gonna cut it up into small bits, and I'm gonna add it to my brownie mix. Parsnip, this is parsnip. Never used parsnip before, or turnips, which is in the other recipe, but this one's the parsnip. This smells very much like a vegetable, and it just doesn't go with, vegetables don't go with. So, I think, my mum likes parsnip, I think. I don't like roasts myself, so I don't do a whole lot of roast vegetables, but when we have roast, I think that in general, a lot of people don't do parsnip really. Because there's no actual recipe, I'm winging some of this and I'm doing it myself, and how I like cheating a little bit with the packet mixes, and because there's no recipes, I'm just going with the flow, and I'm going to do it the way that, you know, I want to. It wouldn't have been the way that Mrs. Cropley had done it, but it doesn't matter. It's my version of Mrs. Cropley's food. There was also a lot of recipes that I couldn't do at all. Like, it had anchovies in it. There was no way I was making something with anchovies. And I'm sure that I will cut and make this the complete wrong way, and I'm sure it will be you know, so rare. It's gonna be so weird to try these. This just is like, it's such a vegetable food. I suppose I need some sort of chunks in there. I can't like completely wimp out and have like teeny weeny bits and pieces. Her parsnip brownies you actually saw in an episode, and you could definitely see the parsnip coming through the brownies. So I can't cut it too small or that will be cheating. I just have to hope a little bit that it's not too bad. Oh my god. Why am I doing this? I have no idea why I've chosen. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I can't. All right. Part of why I love packet mixes is that they're really easy. It's essentially just melt some butter in the microwave, put 2 eggs and combine it with the packet mix. So it's really easy and it tastes really nice. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. Mixing it up packet style. Two eggs, dos eggs. Ooh. Okay, so we mix in the eggs and we're not using an electric mixer today. The recipe does not call for an electric mixer, so even more work. I almost forgot my apron because I often don't cook with an apron, but this stuff can get everywhere, so I'm gonna wear one. And it actually is, I don't know if you can see, it's Captain Marvel. It's a Captain Marvel apron. Yes, sir, Bob. It sure is. So, all right. I haven't made cookies or biscuits in a really long time. I make this one every so often, the brownies, because A, this is a fantastic mix, and B, there are so many good cookies that you can just buy. I used an overly big bowl because I have made this before and I knew that I needed the space to mix it. I'm also a relatively lazy baker, even if you don't count packet mixes. Right, I'm gonna separate the cookies, but I'm not separating the brownies into 2. I'm literally just gonna pour all of my parsnips into here. Oh my gosh. This is a lot of parsnip. I didn't think that was so much. Maybe I could use some of it in something else. I also got quite a large parsnip. It was really, really big actually. It's a really big one. I didn't mean to pick up such a big parsnip. Okay, this parsnip is not mixing in as well as I'd hoped. So it might take me a little bit of time to get this, but then I will be putting my mixture into my pan and into the oven. I've got my little brownie tin. Parsnip brownies. You can see the parsnip in there. My gosh, I can't. This is so ridiculous. Let's put it in the oven. Okay, I decided to peel the turnip as well. I feel like that's what you do with these kind of vegetables. You peel them. I mean, yeah, unless you're roasting it and it's looking good. Like this is going into everywhere, apparently. This is going into a cookie mix. So I feel like, I mean, I can't have like skin everywhere. Oh my gosh, this is the worst peeler. I don't know what my normal peeler is amazing. This is like crap. I don't know why I even bother, seriously. Never again. Ridiculous peeler. Unlike my turnip, I'm gonna have to cut this really small so it won't be too chunky in the cookies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to cut this quite small. It's also a lot. It seems like a lot for a cookie mixture, so I might end up with spares like I did with the other ones. So, and I have never cut into a turnip before, or a parsnip. So parsnip already done, now is the turnip. So I actually have no idea how to cut these. Oh, apparently. I have no idea how you're supposed to cut these properly. It doesn't really matter, I'm cutting it up small anyway, so I'm just gonna cut it however I like, and I'm gonna throw that out. Cut it however I want and put it in the cooking mix, I guess. Hey, turnip bruise! Dad joke in my mind. I think Mrs. Cropley mentioned that she had a cookbook and it was called something like 100 Interesting Ways to Use Root Vegetables, which apparently turnip and parsnip are root vegetables. And I'll tell you, it is interesting. We'll give her that. These are really interesting ways to use root vegetables. But they will be the healthiest brownies and cookies that you have ever seen. So, they literally have vegetables in them. Alright, cooking mix. So I've cut up my turnip. I always get confused. I know which one was what, so I put it beside the right thing. I just can never remember which one is what. In the store too, parsnip and turnip, it was hard to decide which was what. But I putting together my cooking mix. So apparently it's really much of the same, just combining it all. Alright, so here is some butter and eggs that I prepared earlier. Just because I'm a weirdo. Eggs and butter with a wooden spoon. Oh well, I don't use wooden spoons, but here we go. So, I'm gonna mix this together, and then when I am ready, I'm gonna split it into the two bowls. I've got a smaller bowl over there, to split this mixture in half because only half of it is getting the pleasure of turnips. Yes, that's the right one. Yeah. And because this is cookie and you have to like knead it, you can only mix to a certain point and then I have to get my hands dirty. Just deciding whether I should put on gloves. I don't always use disposable gloves when I'm cooking or baking, but I decided to this time just because I've never made this cookie mixture before and I don't know what to expect. Alright, turnip. In you go, turnip. I'm sure there was a more inventive way and a nicer way to make this where it won't be quite so chunks of turnip in here. It's just like the weirdest, it's honestly the strangest thing I've ever made. And now I have to get it into little balls and put it on a tray. I haven't prepared the tray yet, so I'm gonna have to take the gloves off and I will end up getting my hands dirty. Anyway. I think there's too much butter. There is too much butter in here. I think they might actually fail. The normal cookies look fine, so it's just these guys. So these guys say 15 minutes or so. Cookies, take a break. Okay, the cake with tomato icing, that sounds terrible, is a lot easier because I bought a cake. So I have a little cake over there ready to rock and roll. All I really have to do to get this guy up and rolling is to cut some strawberries for the top and then put it all together. So it's pretty easy. Then lucky me gets the rest of the strawberries. Now I love banana cake. This is banana cake. I love banana cake. So I'm hoping that after I've tried it the way that Mrs. Cropley makes it, I'll be able to scrape it off and actually eat the banana cake because that's my jam. All right, so we essentially have the 4 strawberries on the top. Good old Mrs. Cropley. She started good, and then she just totally wrecks it. All right, we have our beautiful strawberries on top. It actually looks really nice. Okay, brownies done. Ta-da! Just gonna let that cool, and cookies are now in the oven. And we are well on our way to trying all this ridiculous food. Okay, so I definitely left these biscuits in for too long. A few of them are burnt beyond edible, but there are a couple that I could probably salvage, I think 2 out of 6. I can salvage and still potentially eat. Okay, I'm really sad I have to do this, but banana cake looking really good with strawberries on the top, and here we go with the tomato sauce right on top of this. What was this woman thinking? cooking, I swear. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, tomato sauce. Oh. And to top it all off, some sesame seeds. I just can't. This woman. This is her idea of the cake. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. No, it's terrible. Okay, the last thing that I get to make is my sandwich. So we've got ham and lemon curd. What a strange woman. Plus, it was always in little squares, so it'll be in a square. This is actually one of the least objectionable items that I could think of. I feel like it doesn't sound as unusual as some of the other things that she's put together. So yeah, and I'm gonna double ham it because, well, A, I like ham, but also I just feel like it'll make it easier to eat. Oh! Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. How do you even use this stuff? I mean, obviously you don't spread it. This is a recipe from the very first episode, when she meets them for the first time, I think. Is it? Lemon curd. Yeah, I think it's from the first episode. So weird. I love these little sandwiches, they're so cute. Okay. Okay, it is the moment of truth. I have to actually eat this stuff. I'm really worried. I think that the baked stuff will probably be okay, because it's baked into a really nice mix. I'm really concerned about this lemon curd and ham sandwich, and I really don't think tomato sauce on a sweet cake is going to taste good at all. So I'm a little concerned, but we'll see how we go, and we'll see what kind of a chef that Mrs. Cropley really was. Oh gosh, what should I eat first? Okay, I think I'm gonna do the lemon curd. Ham and lemon curd sandwich. I did double ham, and we've got lemon curd in there, and that's it. So that's all she mentioned, ham and lemon curd. I'm really concerned. I can't believe I'm even going this. All right, here we go. Ham and lemon curd sandwich. I can do this. Oh. That was terrible. Trying to keep a straight face while you're eating that in front of the person who made it, who genuinely thinks that it was nice, would be really difficult. That was terrible. That's such a waste of ham. That was possibly the worst sandwich I've ever eaten in my life. One down. No thank you, Mrs. Cropley. I think I'm gonna go with the cake. Banana cake with icing, strawberries, and then tomato sauce and sesame seeds. Good grief. I might need a plate, actually. Why would you even think to combine these things? I love banana cake. So let's just pretend that there is no tomato sauce. And that there's just banana cake with a strawberry and icing. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. This is a horrible idea. All right, banana cake with tomato sauce. It's just really hard to do it because I know what to expect. That was really unexpected. Someone said to me when I mentioned this, it might taste okay, okay because tomato sauce has a lot of sugar in it. No! This was horrible. It was like the sweet cake, which was nice, but then you had like a hard, tangy, savory flavor on top of it. Oh, it's so gross. Why would you think that that would taste nice? Oh, no. Fail number 2, Mrs. Cropley. These are the final 2 things to taste. We have our parsnip brownies and turnip cookies. Fingers crossed that these ones are a little bit more normal and not so horrifying. So with these ones, there was no guidelines of what kind, so I got my favorite brownie mix and a chocolate chip cookie mix. So I probably cheated a little bit, but it's okay. I'm gonna try the cookie first, I think. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Turnip cookies. Why am I doing this to myself? Okay, more bearable than the other 2, but all kinds of wrong. The cookie is good, but then it's like eating a cookie and a roast at the same time. It's not the best, I'm not gonna lie. It's not great, but it is the best tasting one out of the 3 is the turnip cookie. All right, I'm not gonna finish it. Last one to try. Now, this particular mix does have white chocolate chips in it, and so some of these might just be chocolate chips and some of them might be turnip. So parsnip. I think this is a bit of parsnip down here. Yes, it is. I had a lot of parsnip actually in this brownie mix. So I'm hoping it's not too bad because otherwise I've wasted an entire brownie packet. I think this is a really rich, because it's like a double chocolate, dark chocolate brownie. It's a really rich brownie. And so I'm hoping that that masks the flavor a little. Final taste test, Mrs. Cropley. You failed us 3 times, although 1 was bearable, but you failed 3 times. This is the last time that it's a last chance. I was right. The rich, deep flavor of the brownie helped. But when you got the bits of parsnip in there, it almost tasted like, you know, you were eating brownie and dirt. Brownie and dirt. That's really what it tasted like. Oh my gosh. At least that actually, though, was better than the cookie. So as I suspected, the baked stuff was better, but it was still pretty bad. I don't know why you'd think that that would go in a sweet dish. Some savory and sweet can go together. Parsnips and turnips in baked goods just do not. Well, that was food according to Mrs. Cropley from the Vicar of Dibley. Just even looking at this stuff, I am sad that I wasted all of that brownie mix. I might be able to actually sit through it and eat it, and try and hope for the best. And I will be able to scrape off the top for the cake, so I'll be able to salvage the cake. The sandwiches, I'm glad I just did 1 because that was just horrifying. If I had to rank them in order from best to worst, I would say the brownie was the best, then the cookie, then the cake with tomato sauce icing, and then the sandwich was the worst one to eat. I think probably because lemon curd is quite sour. It seems like it's almost like sour and bitter at the same time. Well, Mrs. Cropley, thank you for giving us something funny to try and do. Something fun. It was fun to try them and see what exactly it might have tasted like. I feel very sorry for everybody in Dibley who had to try and eat that. Although I'm sure that in the actual show filming, that's not what it was. I would hope not anyway. Although it would get a really great reaction if it was really this sort of a food. But yeah, thanks Mrs. Cropley. It was interesting to say the very, very least, and I have to admit I will never buy your cookbook, but don't be offended. That was it for me, and now I'm gonna go and eat some real food, I think. Thank you so much for watching this I Spy in July video. I hope you enjoyed this random food according to Mrs. Cropley. If you have tried anything weird and unusual, let me know in the comments below. Or if you actually would be interested to try one of these things, let me know which one you think probably would have tasted the best for you. The taste is subjective, so I'm sure someone else might have liked lemon curd and ham sandwiches. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, yeah. Let me know what your favorite was in the comment below. I'll see you guys in the adventures.